One, two, three. So LG just released a couple of new laser projectors. One of them is an ultra short throw, but the one that I have here is the HU710P, which is a standard throw 4K laser hybrid projector. It utilizes laser diode and LEDs that produces 2000 ANSI lumens. It also has HDR support with dynamic tone mapping, EARC support for high resolution audio, auto low game latency mode for gaming, and one of my favorite operating systems, LG's own WebOS with authorized Netflix app. Now this projector retails for $2,500, so let's find out if this is worth your money. Welcome to the channel, guys. I'm Joester, and let's do this! Alright, so first of all, I like the clean design. It is very simple and minimalistic. In the front, we have the projector lens, a sensor and an LED light. The focus and zoom adjustments are hidden on top beneath this door. On the right we have the horizontal and vertical lens dials and ventilations on both sides for the cooling fans, which by the way, they produce a very minimal noise. There are two 5-watt speakers that deliver clear sound, but I would definitely recommend at least a soundbar or a full home theater sound system. In the back we have 3 HDMI ports and one has EARC support. There are 2 USB ports, optical for audio and LAN port for internet. The power button is also in the back and it works as a joystick to navigate the menus. So as I mentioned earlier, this is a hybrid projector. It has a blue laser diode with a solid state phosphor chip together with a pair of LED modules, one red and one blue. Now the laser and phosphor chip are used to generate the green primary, while the red and blue LEDs are used directly for reproducing those colors. The HU710 also does not use a color wheel, therefore no rainbow effect is present. Now the benefit of this is great color accuracy and a bright and vivid picture and a long-lasting lamp life. The HU710 is rated to last 20,000 hours in standard mode and 30,000 in eco mode, so no need to worry about replacing the light bulb anytime soon. Now this projector offers 4K resolution via Texas Instruments DLP 0.47-inch XPR chipset to produce 8.3 million pixels. The native resolution is 1920 by 1080, and the chipset applies a 4-phase pixel shift to reproduce the full 3840 by 2160 resolution in each frame. So while it's technically not a native 4K projector, the picture it produces is essentially undistinguishable from native 4K projector. Now out of the box, picture looks fantastic, very colorful, very sharp, and bright even under ambient light. There are 7 picture presets available, including cinema and filmmaker mode for movies. I really like cinema mode. It has the most color accuracy for movies, but you can also make changes and adjustments. Alright guys, so I'm going to go into the settings so I can show you the picture presets that we have and also some of the settings that I'm using while playing movies or video right here with this projector. First off, this is the vivid mode, which as a matter of fact, it looks very good and the colors and everything looks very bright and vivid. Here is standard, which I noticed that it has a little bit of more shadow details. Here is Cinema Home, which is the setting that I use the most because I feel like the color accuracy is the best. Here is Cinema, which is also very similar to Cinema Home. The only difference is that this one is a little bit more warmer tone. Here is Game Optimizer. This is for game mode. As a matter of fact, the picture also looks really good. Here we have Filmmaker mode, which is similar to Cinema. Here we have brightness, the brightest. I don't like this mode at all. It looks very bad, but you have several different options here. Now, one of my favorite modes to use is of course Cinema, and I have changed some settings. I'm gonna go through that right now. Let's go into Cinema Advanced Settings in the picture, and here we have brightness. So adjustment contrast, I'm going to share you now my own personal settings that I'm using. Here, for example, in auto dynamic contrast, I have this one in low. and you can clearly see the difference when you have it set it off and you have it in high. I don't like it in high because you do lose a lot of shadow details. So for example, right here in this part of this vegetable, you can turn it off and you can see a lot more details when it's off. So I have it in low because I also noticed that it does have enhances the colors. At least that's the way I feel it. HDR tone mapping, this makes a huge difference. So I have it turned on. If you turn it off, the picture looks super bright, but you do lose a lot of details. Look, notice that difference right here. Colors are extremely washed out, and obviously you lose a lot of shadow details as well. So I highly recommend to use HDR tone mapping. It works great with this projector, and also you keep the black levels decent, or at least very good to my opinion. So brightness here, optimizer, brightness optimizer. This is the iris mode. I have it in bright room. You can change this to medium. So in my case, I have a sort of dark room, but I feel like it's a little too dark. So I really like to keep it in bright just because the picture does look much brighter and you don't lose any black levels. That's why I like this iris mode. Adaptive contrast, I have this one in high. You can switch it to off. Honestly, I don't see any difference. So I'm just going to leave it in high for right now. Let's go back over here. Let's go to color. Color depth, I have it in 60. Color gamut, I have it in native. You switch to auto detect. It's pretty much almost the same, but I feel like native, it has a little bit of better color tone. That's what I noticed, especially in reds. So let's go to color temperature, and I have this one in medium. It used to be in warm. Sometimes I feel like warm looks also good, but in some other scenes I noticed that medium looks even better. I don't like that yellowish tone that it adds in warm. And that's pretty much it. There are more options right here, just in case if you want to professionally calibrate this projector. But in this case, I'm just adjusting the settings. Let's go to clarity, and we have sharpness at 10. And these are also some other options to enhance the picture. And you can apply this to all the inputs or just reset this entirely. Now keep in mind that these are my own personal settings and that I am using an 80-inch ALR screen, which are designed for ultra short throw laser projectors, and they provide deeper black levels and color accuracy even under ambient light. Now this is a standard throw projector, which means that you need at least 10 to 12 feet to produce a 100-inch picture size. I have the projector around 8 feet away to project an 80-inch picture, and this is where zoom comes in very handy. I'm able to change the picture size in seconds without any picture degradation. The manual lens shift is also very useful when adjusting the picture. It has a range of 60% vertical and 24% horizontal, and there is also digital keystone correction for edge adjustment. From 4 to 9 and up to 15 adjusting points, but it is always recommended to avoid using this feature to maintain integrity of picture quality. Now I'm a gamer, so of course I connected my Xbox Series X and PS5. Now even though this projector has an HDMI 2.1 port, it is limited to 24 gigabits per second for Dolby Atmos and high resolution audio, so we are only capable to play at 4K 60 with HDR. There is also auto low game latency mode available, so the projector automatically turns on game mode for the lowest input lag possible. Now even with game mode on, the projector still has an input lag of around 50 milliseconds, which is not bad compared to other projectors that are usually around 100 milliseconds, but it's still very high for competitive gaming. However, single player games work great and picture looks fantastic. I enjoy playing this type of games on a big screen because it just feels more immersive and the picture is bright and very colorful. You also have access to LG's Game Optimizer bar, which gives you quick access to game presets, black and white stabilizer, frame rate, and AI sound. Another feature I like is LG's WebOS. There are hundreds of apps available, including Netflix, Prime Video, Disney Plus. If you're familiar with LG TVs, you'll feel very familiar with this projector operating system. Now, unfortunately, Hulu and HBO Max are not available at the moment, but you can also mirror your phone via AirPlay 2 or Miracast for Android phones to the projector just like any other TV. I also like that they include LG's Magic Remote. You can use it as a regular TV remote or use it as a mouse with a pointer, and it works with apps too. There is also built-in microphone for voice assistant commands, and it's backlit. So my only complaint is the lack of 3D support. I'm a big fan of 3D movies at home, especially in a projector, and I hope one day LG implements this because I think it's going to look fantastic on their projectors. I also don't like to deal with the external power supply, and even though the power brick is very low profile, you'll still have to find a way to mount it. And this is worth mentioning for people who are going to ceiling mount the projector. Now, besides that, I think this projector truly delivers an amazing picture quality. It is very bright, and it also has this hybrid light source that is going to last for 20,000 hours. In my opinion, I think this is another winner from LG. Alright guys, so that's it for this video. Thank you so much for stopping by, and if you like this kind of content, please like and subscribe to the channel. I would truly appreciate it. And also, if you have any comments or any questions, let me know right there in the comments down below. I'm Joelster, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Joelster out!